Welcome to the 7th edition of the Black and Gold Report. And as you can see, in honor of Homecoming Week, Mr. Barrett and I are dressed in our superhero garb, which happens to be the theme of the Spirit Day. So I'm Mr. Mech.
And I'm Mr. Barrett.
Dude, why are you talking like that?
Because that's how Batman talks.
Batman's not even a real superhero. I mean,
all right. Well, we'll have that discussion at a later date about whether or not Batman is a superhero. But yes, here we are on Thursday, as we always are, for the Black and Gold Report. As we're sitting here right now, 9th grade football, they are on their way out to Westchester East. Girls soccer is playing at Chi. Oh, sorry, boys soccer is tonight at Chi, and girls soccer is out today at Penwood.
So, as for the week that has passed, it's been quite a good week for your Bucks here. And it started this past Friday night on October 3rd, where at South Avenue, Friday night under the lights, the field hockey team had a great night for their senior recognition night. They had a great victory against Franklin Town Charter. The pregame ceremonies were fabulous. The seniors were well received, and everything went great. There was some great pictures put there from Instagram, and it was even better to get a win on that night.
Yes.
And then as we headed into Saturday, it was kind of a little bit of a wash. We lost our boys soccer game and our field hockey game. However, the boys football team was able to even up their record at 3-3 with a major victory at Penwood on their homecoming. They kind of, after having a little bit of a tough start, have pulled even 3-3, headed into 3-3 heading into this week's game. As the week got started on Monday, the volleyball team started a pretty tough stretch this week where they played Chichester and Academy Park, two teams that were major foes and in contention for the Del Val with them. And on Monday they suffered a tough loss on the road at Chichester. However, our JV football team had a great victory at home against Penwood. And our field hockey team suffered a tough loss at Pope John Paul. The game was extremely tight throughout. And in the second half, Pope John Paul just overtook us and won in a very, very tight game. On Tuesday, it was a banner day for the Bucks, banner day, and it all started with our cross-country team, Joe.
Yeah, cross-country, the boys won the Del Val Championship, and for the first time since 1996, both the boys and girls cross-country team became cross-country champions.
Congratulations, cross-country team.
So that's great work to Coach McGrady and all of the runners there.
And it was the success was continued. Our girls soccer team was out at Prendy that day, and despite the fact that they don't think we give them any love, we do. And they won that game in stunning fashion. They pretty much blew Prendy out of the water with a major victory on a road there, and that was a good victory by the girls and Coach Hansen. And that night, under the lights at South Avenue, our boys soccer team in a Del Val deciding game covered by the Daily Times and Matt DeGeorge won a huge game against Penwood.
Yes.
We have video that, if you have the chance, go to the Daily Times website, tout.com, put out a number of different videos from that night. There were some stunning plays, but I think one of the most fabulous plays in that game was, and there is video of it, our own Josh Encarnacion, struck a sick corner kick that Kyle Dutch hit with his head to knock in to put the Bucks up for good. They ended up winning that game 4-2 to, as long as things go well next week, basically hopefully clinch their way to a tie for the Del Val title.
Yeah, and they were down 2-0 at half, so it was a great comeback by the Bucks.
Great job. And then Wednesday, our volleyball team went on the road again against Academy Park and suffered another tough defeat. The volleyball team was a team that really was on quite an impressive winning streak earlier this season, and this week just had a really difficult week with two really tough matchups. And unfortunately, despite playing valiantly at Academy Park, they suffered a tough defeat. Which brings us to this weekend.
Yep, and one thing I forgot to mention is that our boys middle school team is actually going out to Benchmark School in Media today. They're playing today as well. And then tomorrow is homecoming. The official start of the homecoming festivities are tomorrow, and it's not just football. Volleyball is here tomorrow at 3:30 against Chester. Girls soccer is also here
3:30
tomorrow.
That was an adjustment.
Oh, is it? Okay, 3:30 and 3:45 for Marion Mercy is girls soccer. Middle school is playing Chi, boys and girls both, at Cheyenne here. And then obviously we finish up tomorrow night with the homecoming football game. We fully expect a huge crowd tomorrow night for homecoming. It is time for Bucks, both past and present, to, all show up and support the cause and have fun and see all the floats and all the pageantry that goes along with it.
It's a great night. I mean, the homecoming court, everything, a lot of the planning that goes into it, and hopefully the weather cooperates, but it's definitely setting up to be a wonderful evening down there at South Ave. And as, Saturday, as the week rounds off, our boys soccer team will hopefully get their game in at 2 o'clock at home against our foe, Ridley. How about our MVPs? We had a real difficult time this week, and we tried to talk to some students about individual MVPs. And this week we just couldn't come up with one. I mean, there was way too many good performances this week, from Lamar Shaw at the football game on Saturday, and him really catapulting them to victory. And then all the different individual performances from our cross country runners and the boys soccer team. Kyle Dutch's goal, Josh's kick, Diego Lopez continuing his success. So we just couldn't settle on one. So we just chose to acknowledge a handful. So congratulations to all those Bucks for all their individual, achievements.
And again, this is a big week for us with homecoming, all the spirit days that were going on, not only here at the high school, but at all the other schools as well. We're really prepared for this weekend. Not only is the football game tomorrow night, but obviously the dance where the king and queen will be crowned on Saturday night. So we wish all of the students here a great time over the weekend. We fully expect to see you guys around, and it should be good.
Yeah, one last message before we go. For those of you who are in attendance at homecoming this weekend, please remember, as spectators, to act respectfully. And, we here at the athletic department and as a school, let's make sure that we represent ourselves well and behave properly in the stands. And I know that goes without saying. We have classy people here at Interboro, but it just is worth mentioning heading into such a big, important weekend.
Yes, and if you need any information, obviously you can check the website under the athletics tab, or
go to Go Buck Sports, or you can check us out. On Twitter we're at Go Buck Sports, or on Instagram at Go Buck Sports as well. I'm Mr. Meck.
And I'm Mr. Barrett.
We'll see you
at the game.